a young girl who starred in a BBC Children in Need appeal, and her severely disabled brother face being homeless after their mum was threatened with eviction. Georgie Leith, 8, helps her mum Laura Gavigan care for her brother Archie, 5, who has cerebral palsy and epilepsy, and is fed through a tube. Archie is blind, cannot speak or move independently, and requires 24-hour care after being born with most of his brain missing. After being threatened with eviction, single mum Laura, 36, has turned to online crowdfunding to collect enough money for a deposit for a new home. She told the Daily Record she has had no help from the authorities to find an adapted home suitable for Archie's needs. Laura and her children have been given notice to leave their private rented home in Kippen, near Stirling, by January 30 because the owner wants to sell it. They have already had a 3-month extension past the original deadline. The family desperately need adapted accommodation but have been told there is none through social housing. Laura said, "Archie is getting bigger now and we really need a home which is adapted. We need things like hoists to lift him into the bath. But even homes with basic facilities like that are not available. He is blind, wheelchair-bound and needs 24-hour care. As of January 30, we will be homeless unless I illegally squat, which is a last resort. I nearly lost my son twice last year. He has a life-limiting condition and I'm not willing to put him under any more strain, he's too important." Stirling Council has offered her a property but it has no adaptations, and Laura says it is too far away from her vital support network. She has set a fundraising target of £100,000 to help secure an adapted house in the private sector. Laura said, "The children's father and grandparents live nearby and there is no way I could manage living further away on my own. It would be detrimental to my kids' health and mental stability and my own." Georgie has had a difficult time but the school has helped her immensely and she is settled now. If we took the house we are being offered, she would have to start again at a new school. After discussions with the council, it became apparent that the housing situation hasn't changed much in the 3 years since we first applied. 3-bedroom homes accessible for the disabled are few and far between. In the last 5 years, only 2 adapted properties have been turned over in this area. They are like gold dust. We are on a council waiting list for a house that doesn't exist. I've been told that I need to take my children into homeless accommodation, and unless I tick a box for an area that is away from my core support network, they can't house us. There is a complex needs department in the council who will build a house if need be, however you have to already be in a council house to be accepted. Without an adapted property, she also faces losing in-home respite care for Archie. Laura added, "As a single mother that would be a nightmare." Dr. Michael Colvin, consultant pediatrician for Forth Valley NHS, has written to Stirling Council saying that Archie's health would be adversely impacted by an unsuitable living environment. Laura has been in discussions at Holyrood over new policies for children with exceptional needs. She feels her family, and others in a similar position, face discrimination. She said, "Since I've raised this in the special needs world, it is clear I'm not the only one affected. Our children don't fall into tick-box criteria, neither do our circumstances. Organizations aren't communicating with each other. They don't realize how important having a safe environment is, not only for Archie but all children with exceptional needs. People who don't have disabilities or don't need adapted properties are living in disability-adapted council housing. There are no private lets, or if there are, they are around £1,200 a month plus a deposit, which I can't afford." A Stirling Council spokesman said, The offices working on Ms. Gavigan's case are unavailable today, so it is not possible to provide a detailed response. Stirling Council continue to work with the Gavigan family to support them during this period.